Congratulations, gamers! You survived 2025. Round of applause. I'm real proud of you. Wow. Didn't think you'd do it, but here you are. The big 2026 is here. It's time for setting new goals, playing new broken launches, and signing those gym memberships. We have so many titles on the horizon to look forward to, like Resident Evil, GTA 6, 007, and many more. Maybe that will be for another video, though. You'll tee-hee-hee, well, yeah, maybe. But before the internet officially declares 2025 mid and sends it to the nursing home where it will wither away and die, I want to look back at the games that actually made the year worth living through. This video will be in two parts. The first, the wins, the gems, the games that launched and didn't immediately apologize on Twitter. Oh, don't worry, the flops are getting their own video. But without further ado, let these games serve as an example for future studios and execs of what actually sells. Let's look at the beacons of hope that made our year of 2025 more bearable. Starting out with the obvious, Game of the Year, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Sandfall Interactive showing off that it doesn't take a studio of 100 devs cramming and hating their lives to put out a masterpiece. Did I fully understand what was happening in the story? Absolutely not. But that was part of the magic. Expedition 33 took turn-based RPGs, injected them with adrenaline, and said, hey, what if timing actually mattered? Between the parries, the quick time chaos, the insane art direction, and voice acting that had no business going that hard, yeah, this game hurt my feelings in the best way. Speaking of obscure, let's move on to a title you might have not heard of that made waves. Citizen Sleeper 2. This point-and-click RPG has you set in a sci-fi android world trying to escape with your life. What decisions will you choose? What friends will you make? How will you use your skills to help you survive? The wildest part of this title is it's a one-man show. Jump Over the Age didn't just cook here, they catered the whole event. Citizen Sleeper 2 proves that good writing and meaningful choices will always hit harder than photorealistic pores or how green your grass is. If choices is what you're looking for, but without all the RPG jargon, then look no further than Dispatch. Ad Hoc Studios' Dispatch had us making decisions and running a team of heroes against the threat of the world. Sure, it had the worst HR department with the amount of coworker romance, but hey, that's just part of the charm. Its episodic story, along with performances from the greatest actor to live, moist critical, yeah, big names guys, but no, seriously, the character designs, personalities, and wondering if you made the right choice for the story built a whole fandom overnight. Then again, some heroes don't wear capes, or pants for that matter. Donkey Kong Bonanza, a high-octane platformer full of color, destruction, and fun. Donkey Kong Bonanza is a game for everyone. It features a massive 3D sandbox world with collectibles, puzzles, and even a skill tree. The game has hours of running, jumping, and smashing. Who wouldn't want to do that all day? Platformers are always fun, but add friends and they just become chaotic. If you guessed Peak was on this list, you get an extra marshmallow around the campfire. Peak took the world by storm and turned your friends into professional rock climbers. Its cute, simple art style, matched with its horrifying deaths, had you working as a team and laughing your asses off. A fun game with support from the devs for only $10. Wow, that's not a game, that's a public service. You know what else is more fun with friends? Robbery. Repo has you going through different locations trying to steal as much loot as you can for a big payday. The only problem is each location has monsters that would love nothing more than to make you explode into little robot scraps. Every item you pick up is a gamble. It might help you, it might help your teammate, or it might immediately decide, actually, I'm evil, and try to kill you if you look at it wrong. Congratulations, Semiwork Studios, you turned gamers into professional voice actors screaming for their lives. You know what's scarier than stealing with your friends? Going to war with them. Battlefield 6 launched a resounding success, which is a big deal, especially when it comes to Battlefield's history on day one launches. Now, regardless of what scummy things EA will do in the future, I gotta give them props on BF6. The gunplay is crisp, squad play actually matters, and the sound design is so intense, it could unlock PTSD you didn't even earn. Now that's what I call stolen valor. BF6 delivered on what fans have been asking for, a return to the modern era of war, and they delivered. Let's take a break and switch up from the multiplayer madness and dive into single-player madness. No, literally, you better take your meds before playing this game. Silent Hill F is another title in the iconic horror universe of Silent Hill. Silent Hill F takes the series to 1960s rural Japan, trading foggy towns and dead wives for psychological horror dialed to 11. You play as Hinako, a teenage girl navigating trauma, fear, and absolute nightmare fuel. Sounds like my high school experience. But hey, listen, she does not play. Hinako's out here beating the hell out of these monsters like she's got rent due. That swing, whew, lethal. We played this one on stream, actually, if you were there, and I have to say, in my opinion, this was the second best Silent Hill game of the franchise. The story, characters, and horrific art direction, everything you'd want and expect from your nightmares. If you thought being a teenager in the 1960s was fun, how about a squire turned warrior in 1403? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The sequel to your favorite medieval adventure that features betrayal, romance, discovery, war, all while you try to find your place in it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 offers a rich story and ultimate role-playing experience for a wannabe knight in shining armor. Who says you have to go outside and LARP when you can just stay inside and play Kingdom Come Deliverance? You know what's a more impressive profession than knighthood? A postal worker. Welcome to my favorite walking simulator that has you delivering packages at the near end of the world just to keep Jeff Bezos fat and happy. God, look at you, you fucking lard. Jesus. Death Stranding 2 On the Beach is Kojima's mind-bending take on a world needing to be reconnected. And jokes aside, I'm actually a huge fan of this series and love the feeling this game invokes. It's a truly memorable experience that will have you looking at video games differently if you haven't already. I don't know when, but I will definitely be making a video about this game in the near future. But, double stacked on a Booty Tuesday, let's not dwell on the future. Which would probably just be full of AI and drones wanting to kill us. Wait a minute, that was actually a great transitional piece to talk about Ark Raiders, yes, the game that has us screaming and running from giant machines and betraying any survivors we can find. Ark Raiders is the new hot game on the scene, and for good reason. It's an extraction shooter set in a futuristic world where machines have turned against humanity. Gear up and go at it alone or with your homies against not just the environment and machines, but players themselves. I have a question for y'all. Have you ever wrote a fanfic and got stuck in a doomed yaoi romance with BTS's Jungkook? No? Cool, moving on. Split Fiction is a co-op adventure where you play as two rival authors trapped inside their own stories. One sci-fi, one fantasy. The vibes clash, the worlds collide, and you have to work together to escape and expose the corruption that follows. This one's full of split-screen couch co-op goodness, creative puzzles, gorgeous environments, and actual side content worth doing. Split Fiction commits the bit and leaves nothing on the table, an easy standout for 2025. Next is an indie game that didn't use any AI, and won Game of the Year on Steam, the highly acclaimed and anticipated Hollow Knight Silksong. Silksong follows the journey of Hornet from the first Hollow Knight. Silksong is action-packed and everything you expect from the top-tier Metroidvania genre. Intuitive, tight movement systems, fast action pace, and dying more times than any contestant in Squid Games. All this fun with only a $20 price tag, you'll feel like you're getting the Cinderella treatment at half the price. Now, our last indie title that we'll look back on is Hades 2, and yes, I can hear the LGBTQ+ gamers cheering from here. I don't blame you, every character is divinely hot. However, this game brings way more than just thirst traps. It's a roguelike sequel that hits harder, plays smoother, and expands everything that made the first game legendary. More weapons, more gods, and more powers to obliterate your foes. Oh, and I forgot the most important one. More deaths than you can count. Hades 2 understands what a sequel is supposed to be. Speaking of sequels, are you still waiting for Bloodborne 2? Well, me too. But I'll give you the next best thing. Elden Ring Night Reign. To be honest, I didn't have high hopes for this game. I thought a roguelike multiplayer game set in Elden Ring would be gimmicky. Boy, was I wrong. The creativity in the builds, the amazing classes they have released all oozed aura, and the amazing boss fights will have you feeling like you're in an anime. If you liked the Bloodborne dungeon system, this plays similar but more open world and on crack. Enjoy the mayhem that comes with every Souls-like and die together instead of alone. Well, that's all I got, but wow, looking back, that sure was a lot of incredible games that came out in 2025. If you haven't played any of these titles, maybe check it out before GTA 6 steals everyone's lives. And I'm not gonna lie, this year was great for gaming. There were many more titles that I didn't include on this list, like South of Midnight, The Midnight Walk. There's a lot of midnights going on here. What the hell? Ghost of Yotai. If you have some gems of 2025 you want to give some love, be sure to list them down in the comments. As always, I've been Pooks. Make sure to like and subscribe. Take care of each other, and let's hope for a great 2026 of gaming. Peace.
So fucking tired.